always know where I'm headed, but I always find a way to keep going. Roll with me.
Peace, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Olivia, and today I want to not only share a story, but I also want to share a special message at the end. But today's overall message is it's okay to lean on the faith that someone else has in you, especially when you don't have much in your cup. So as I shared with you before, I write poetry. I've been writing all my life, and in the past, when I say past, I'm maybe elementary school, I remember having a vision or dreams of being an author. I said I wanted to write a fiction book, a nonfiction book. I just wanted to write, I just wanted to tell stories, and even though I've been writing over the years, I just didn't have enough faith to just sit down and do whatever it took to make it happen. I can admit that in the past I can be a perfectionist, an overthinker, and I have a lot of technical skills. So I'm like, okay, I gotta have this, I gotta research this, I gotta talk to other people to see what they did, like any excuse not to sit down and just do what I love to do. And over the years, I've lost my passion for poetry, just passion for life, and let's see, I guess it was about 6 or 7 years ago, I did fall back in love with writing, but then I stopped again because of fear of what people would say, or what would they think, because my poetry is like therapy. It's like my feelings, and if it's not something that I'm personally going through or something that I personally experienced, it could be something I was inspired to write because someone shared something with me, or I kind of put myself in their shoes to write maybe from their perspective. So when I say that poetry is like my everything, it's my everything. Now, I love my kids, they're my babies, I love my family, and I love music, but poetry is just my everything, right? So I want to say it was back in maybe June of this year. I was really going through some things and writing. I was writing a lot, and when I say a lot, like daily, like 2, 3, 4 poems a day. Sometimes it was poems, sometimes it was journal, I don't know, but I was writing, and I got to this point where I said, and I think I shared it on like in an Instagram story, like I wish I could share these poems. And it was just a call for help, if that makes sense. Like, I need to know that I can share my words, I can share my poems without judgment. Like, I just need to know that it was safe to share them. It was a way to just get out of my own way. Like, I wish I could do it. And I had a friend, and I'm gonna say an old friend because this is someone I've known. Well, I'll say we met in middle school, but he sent me a message and said, you know, you can share. He just replied to the story like, you can share. You can share with me. So I said, okay. And, you know, I sent a few. They were received well. And some of these poems weren't like fluffy and light. They were pretty heavy. And over the course of a few months, that's just kind of what I did. I share my poems, and I started to feel more confident sharing them in a public post. I started thinking about possibly adding them to my website that's been, you know, sitting there dormant for a couple years. And I just started to feel like, okay, this is good. So one day my friend said, you know, I can't wait till you publish this. And I'm like, yeah, I don't see that happening. And I can't remember exactly what he said. Maybe something along the lines of, let me know when you do, or it's gonna be dope when you do. And I promise you, that night I sat down and went through all of my notes in my notes app in my phone and realized I had about 832 poems just sitting there about various topics. And I decided to write a book. I wrote the book, or I can't even say wrote, because the poems, some were already written. Most were already written, but I put together a book, hopped in Canva, created a cover, and it was done, right? I mean, it was a rough draft, but it was done. And I sent it to my friend. He, you know, he read it and he said, yeah, your book is good. And at some point, I can't remember what it was, November, I don't remember which date it was. It was recent. I put out a post letting everyone know that my book was available for pre-order. And I am happy to announce that it's ready. It is here, guys. Like, it's done, right? And the purchase info is in the description, or will be. They are available for purchase on my website, but the whole point of this video is just to say that you know, sometimes people see things in you that you may not see, or you see it but you just don't have enough gas in the tank to keep going, right? Or to make it happen. And it's okay to lean on someone else's faith in you a little bit. You know, you can borrow. I think that it was a Lisa Nichols book. I can't remember the name of the book, but I read it years ago. But she said something along the lines of, sometimes you don't have any faith. You just don't have anything in your tank. You don't know how you're going to get through it. You don't know how you're going to move forward, but it's okay to lean on someone else's faith in you. Like, I believe that God puts people in your life for that reason, right? To be there for you when you don't even know how to be there for yourself. So that is the message. It's okay to lean on someone else's faith in you. Just enough to get you going. So I want to send a special shout out to my friend, PJ. You can find him here on YouTube at YoPJD. beautiful person. And I am legit grateful that he had enough faith in me to say, hey, not only, will I read your poems, but you can do this. You got this. So, PJ, thank you. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, shout outs, whatever, drop them in the comments below. And go get my book. I love y'all. Until next time, peace.